went live today, but it not a lot of people was in it, so I stopped. But I'm gonna keep going live until until we grow this family. Right now, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. That's the goal for right now. And then when I get to that, then the next goal is 1,000 subscribers. So right now, thank everybody who is subscribing. Thank everybody who is actually watching the video. For real, thank y'all. None of this would be possible without y'all. So thank y'all. So I'm at 400 right now. Just 100 more to go. Thank y'all so much for actually subscribing to me. All right, today we are watching the Vulcan SCP-3125, the Escapee. It's a Keter class Cognitohazard SCP. Hey, I'm going back to school, so leave me alone, okay? I heard it's gonna be a good one. Give me 1 second. It's a Cognitohazard, so let's get this stuff started. It is called the Escapee. Like, comment, subscribe to the Vulcan if I didn't say it already.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-3125. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3125 is kept inside Cognitohazard Containment Unit 3125 on the first floor of Site-41. This containment unit is a 10 by 15 by 3 meter cuboidal room clad in layers of lead, soundproofing, and telepathic shielding. Access is through an airlock system at one end of the containment unit. This airlock is programmed to allow only one person to enter the containment unit at a time and to remain locked until this person exits before allowing another person to enter. Under no circumstances may any coherent information be allowed to leave the containment unit. This includes written and electronic notes, photographs, audio and video recordings, sound, electromagnetic and particle-based signals.
That's because it's a Cognitohazard. That means any information about it that's when the effect starts happening. If you know about it, that's when it's good. Sometimes it says it's good to not know about it, not know about a lot of stuff than to know everything. Because once you know everything, you can't forget it, and that's where it starts attacking.
And psi emanations. During the exit cycle, a purge system rigged to the airlock flushes the occupant's memory by flooding the airlock with amnestic gas for 3 minutes.
Damn.
A senior Anti-Memetics Division staff member must visit SCP-3125 every 6 weeks or 42 days. End of file.
Input numerical passcode. Accepted. Applying anti-memetic countermeasures.
I was like, oh shoot, the Vulcan got some animations.
Accepted. Applying anti-memetic countermeasures.
Yep.
Stand by.
Item Number: SCP-3125. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3125 is subject to inverted containment protocols and is present everywhere in reality except for those places which have been specifically purged of its influence. The interior of Cognitohazard Containment Unit 3125 on Site-41, where this document resides, is the only location in the world to have been successfully purged in this way. This containment unit is a 10 by 15 by 3 meter cuboidal room clad in layers of lead, soundproofing material, and telepathic shielding. Access is through an airlock system at one end of the containment unit. This airlock is programmed to allow only one person to enter the containment unit at a time and to remain locked until this person exits before allowing another person to enter. Under no circumstances may any coherent information be allowed to leave the containment unit. This includes written and electronic notes, photographs, audio and video recordings, sound.
Then why are you telling me this? Now that I know about it, doesn't that make me fucked up? That's crazy. You really, the Vogan, really? Really, you really try to? God damn it! Now I know, and now I can't stop. Ah, mama.
Electromagnetic and particle-based signals, and psi emanations. A purge system rigged to the airlock flushes the occupant's memory by flooding the airlock with amnestic gas for 3 minutes during the exit cycle.
Got you.
An alternate SCP entry must be maintained in the main Foundation database, giving only technical specifications of the containment unit, provisions for senior Anti-Memetics Division staff to visit the unit's interior on a regular basis, and no description. Description: SCP-3125 is an extremely large, see full theta-dimensional fractal topology attachment 13, highly aggressive, anomalous metastasized meme complex originating externally to our reality and now partially intersecting it.
What?
SCP-3125 is adapted for survival in an eidetic ecology considerably more violent and hostile than our own. Here, our own refers to human headspace, the set of all ideas which humans have or are biologically capable of having.
Gotcha.
Because humans have no natural exposure to ideas as aggressive as SCP-3125, human minds have no protective evolutionary adaptations against it. Individuals possessed of SCP-3125 become incapable of entertaining weaker, conventional ideas, and become instead wholly bodily subordinate to the purpose of serving and disseminating the core concepts of SCP-3125.
I'll be damned if somebody try to control me like a puppet, and it's a fucking starfish, a giant ass fucking tentacle monster ass starfish. You got me fucked.
3125. In addition, although undergoing no outwardly visible physical alteration, they cease to be externally recognizable as human. SCP-3125 is not yet entirely present in our reality. Upon its arrival, the highly interconnected nature of human knowledge exchange systems means that it will take no longer than 12 hours, possibly as few as 4 hours, to encompass, dominate, and replace all human thought. At this point, humanity as an abstract concept, along with all attendant abstracts such as civilization, culture, society, community, and family will have ceased to exist. The Foundation terms such an eventuality an MK class end-of-the-world scenario. The Foundation.
So it erased all your memories except for it like bidden. So your family, if you have family, forget about them. You have friends, forget about them. You had anything, forget about them. So damn, that fucked up. That is so fucked up. Oh, God.
Possesses numerous proven techniques for arresting the spread of such aggressive idea complexes, but these are all rendered unworkable in practice by SCP-3125's autonomic defense response or boundary layer. Fully assembling a mental picture of SCP-3125 and perceiving its true shape causes SCP-3125 in turn to be able to perceive the observer. It then attacks the observer, killing them. The mechanism of the attack is unclear, but appears to be at least partially physical. Mental bystanders, individuals whose thoughts and ideas resemble those of the observer, are also attacked. This invariably includes the observer's entire extended research group and often their close family, parents and offspring.
You introduce your buddy to DT of St. Louis.
So you gotta kill off your whole parents, your
He goes on the site and winds up dead.
If you have
What's going on out here in the suburbs?
Oh, that fucking sucks. I'll be damn. No, that sucks. No,
Like a
that
relentless
sucks.
weed, moderate to
Imagine you
severe
had-
ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Girl, and then that fucking
Break away to what's possible with
Entire extended research group and often their close family,
And it's
parents and
huge.
offspring.
I mean, huge.
The attack has the net effect of erasing all knowledge both of SCP-3125 and its attack from the world. This informational numbing effect performs a similar function to the anesthetic saliva of a mosquito's bite, enabling SCP-3125 to evade detection prior to its full incarnation. Foundation staff discovering SCP-3125 may be able to escape its attack via prompt use of amnestic medication to erase their knowledge of it. In either case, the net result is that the interior of a suitably shielded containment unit is the only location where it is safe to observe, record, or even acknowledge the existence of SCP-3125. Outside of a containment unit, a true written description of SCP-3125 would constitute a lethal cognitohazard. SCP-3125 could be effectively neutralized using a machine proposed by the late Dr. Bartholomew Hughes called an irreality amplifier. See schematics, attachment 129. However, as well as requiring tremendous material resources, this machine could not be constructed without its builders understanding why it was being built, which would require understanding of SCP-3125, which would prove fatal to the project. No means of neutralizing SCP-3125 using only the resources in this room is known. History. Due to the described defense mechanism, SCP-3125's observation history is almost entirely missing. In particular, it is unclear exactly how this containment unit came to be built and how these containment procedures were established. Much data has been accrued in this containment unit over the course of successive visits by Foundation researchers. This data was brought from the outside in the hope of being useful and left here in accordance with the containment procedures. In addition to this database entry, the reader will find multiple electronic copies of the Foundation database, academic datasets of all kinds, and extensive public news archives. As is to be expected, much of this data is not germane to the topic of containing SCP-3125. Nevertheless, correlation and analysis by successive visitors has allowed the following facts to emerge. Although SCP-3125 is not yet fully present in our reality, its indirect effects and foreshocks, for example, SCP, and SCP, are easily discovered by any well-equipped memetics research project. Memetics research is today a much diminished science from when it was at its peak. In mid-2008, there existed more than 400 institutions pursuing research likely to uncover SCP-3125, including government agencies, military branches, private corporations, independent laboratories, university research projects, and notable amateur groups. Many of these were groups of interest or internal divisions within groups of interest. None of these groups still exist except for the Foundation's anti-memetics division. Almost nobody in the world is consciously aware of this decline, and explanations for the disappearance of these groups have not been forthcoming. Simple deduction gives that all of these groups eventually discovered SCP-3125 and were consumed by it, and that this is, in fact, the inevitable fate of all competent memetics research. The Anti-Memetics Division's persistence is attributed to its specialist training and its ready access to reliable amnestic medication. Despite this, the Division too has shrunk considerably in recent years, from a reported staff of well over 4,000 people in 2012 to, as of September 2015, 125. This figure is on track to reach 0 before the end of 2015. Over the same period, the Division's physical worldwide presence has similarly shrunk, from a network of sites and smaller outposts on every continent to this single site, Site 41. In particular, the Division's headquarters at Site 167 are now missing from the Division's collective memory and presumed neutralized by SCP-3125's concealment response. Addendum. Further analysis of the available data, specifically architectural diagrams of Site 41, Attachment 38, indicates the existence of a second containment unit on Site 41 conforming to the same basic design philosophy as this one. This second unit, S041B30000, was built 210 meters below ground level. It features identical broad-spectrum informational cladding, but has more than 1,000 times the volume of Cognitohazard Containment Unit 3125, along with an amnestic airlock large enough to ingest a 20-foot equivalent shipping container. Information relating to the date of construction and purpose of S041B30000 is absent from Foundation records and is presumed to have been deliberately erased. The unit itself is hermetically sealed and has been for an indeterminate period of time. Regardless of S041B30000's intended purpose, it, like any such containment unit, is capable of acting as a shelter from SCP-3125. Addendum 2.
And the rest, hopefully, is blindingly obvious. S041B30000 was originally constructed to house a long-term project to construct Hugh's irreality amplifier. While that's been going on, the rest of us have been fighting an unconscious war in order to buy time. We have been losing, but losing as slowly as humanly possible. The time we have bought is now up. It's an extremely bad sign that nobody inside S041B30000 has broken the seal yet, but there is no ground left for us to seed. And there are no more bodies to throw into SCP-3125's maw to slow it down. Va is here. Ready or not. I'm going to go to S041B30000 and use the machine. I think I can get the information out through the airlock. I think I can get to the vault alive. This was the plan. It's become garbled in the retelling because of variables, but I know that this was my plan, because I know myself.
Got you.
What else could it have been? Standard procedure is that I have to tell you what to do next if this doesn't work. That's the Asynchronous Research Covenant. But I don't have a good picture of who you can even be. Reading this and alive. In your scenario, there is no machine. Hughes is missing. I'm dead. The site is ruined. And how'd you even get in here? Can you be the Foundation? Are you conscious? Is there a single word of this you comprehend? You live in a world bathed with SCP-3125. That's the lost condition. I can't help someone who doesn't exist.
True.
Martin Wheeler, Chief of Anti-Memetics,
Oh my God.
November 30th,
I don't
2015.
want this ever. Like this. Bro.
Addendum 3.
Yeah.
I found your body. And finding your body was a powerful disorientating sensation for me, I don't mind admitting. I used to know a Martin. During the brief period in which I knew him, he wasn't one to admit defeat as easily as you. Still, that was a long time ago. Far be it from me to tell you your business, but I fear you missed a trick. From the evidence I can see, this was never the only Anti-Memetics Division site. There were others. I imagine they're now all effectively invisible to most passers-by, of course, just like this one. But I presume that they, just like this one, still physically exist. Your plan, I think, was in place for longer than you know. And since you weren't at liberty to retain its details, you put it into action more than once.
Gotcha.
There is another vault fitting the description. Truck-sized amnestic airlock and all. S167-001-6183. Site 167 is a non-entity, of course, which is most likely why you missed it. It's likely ruined, and it's quite definitely a long goddamn way from here on foot. But still, I think it's better than half a chance. I could die in this boondoggle too, naturally, as the world has become something of a horror show of late. In any case, I can trust that anyone following in my footsteps and reading these additional words will have the presence of mind to pursue the same basic strategy.
Yeah.
Still existing despite everything. Adam Wheeler, Interloper,
God.
May 4th, 2017.
Oh my God.
This concludes today's lecture.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are,
I am.
and you are all dismissed.
Yeah, I don't.
Goodbye.
A lot of shit that I don't want to think about. Is that it? Shit. That was not scary, but a little bit disturbing. Like, now that I know about it, now it's gonna be in my brain. I'm gonna have nightmares. Now it's gonna take over my brain, and now I'm not gonna have no friends. That's fucked up. Thank you, Volgan. Thank you for all this stress. Y'all have a good one. See y'all in the